supernatural nature of Jesus' birth has been confirmed by several mystics throughout the centuries, such as Venerable Mary of Agreda, Blessed Anne Catherine, and Maria Valtorta. In addition to these, more recently, the supernatural virgin birth of Jesus is confirmed by the mystic Sister Maria Chiara, who was an Italian mystic who died in the year 1994, and also by some recent exorcisms performed by Father Francisco, who was the current president of the International Association of Exorcists. This is the vision that the mystic Sister Chiara had of the birth of Jesus, which was taken from this book. It was Christmas Eve in the evening. I was in the choir praying when I found myself in Bethlehem. Here the sister says, I don't know if I was there with my body or not. I found myself in front of Mary and Joseph, who were looking for a place to spend the night, but everyone refused them. There was no place for them, having exhausted all possibilities. Mary turned to Joseph, saying, What should we do? I feel that the moment to give birth to Jesus is approaching. Her husband responded sweetly, Don't be afraid, Mary. God knows everything and sees everything. I'm sure He will provide. They headed towards the fields and found a shepherd. Joseph stopped him and asked him if he knew where they could spend the night. The shepherd, looking at Mary, asked, Is she your wife? Joseph answered yes, and the shepherd said, What an angel she is. Follow me, I think we will find an empty cave. After a long way, he sees a cave. He said, I am going to see. I hope it's empty. He ran ahead, then he turned, saying, It is empty. And he took them inside, asking, Do you need anything? I would willingly stay, but I have to take care of the sheep. There was a small entrance and then a small cave. I think it was where animals took shelter. St. Joseph prepared a stack of hay, a type of bed, and he put his cloak over it. Then he told his wife, Mary, you are tired. Rest. It will do you good. Thank you, Joseph, for your tenderness. What about you? I will be at the door to guard it. He then lit a small fire to warm the air and sat down. After a while, he came to see if his wife was resting, but he found her kneeling and asked her, Aren't you sleeping? She answered, No, Joseph, I have to pray. He left her alone and went to pray. After a while, I don't know exactly how long, a bright light came through the ceiling which illuminated everything, and then there appeared a white cloud that enveloped the Immaculate Virgin. It was so beautiful that I don't have words to describe it. Her eyes were fixed ahead and a ray of light was shining on her face. I don't know how to explain. She looked and smiled. It seemed like a conversation with an invisible being from whom the light was coming. St. Joseph, upon seeing this splendor and his wife, who appeared to be in heaven, prostrated himself with his face on the ground, feeling confused. I don't know how long the conversation with the invisible being lasted when I saw Mary extending her arms and receiving the small child Jesus. What happiness, what joy, I can't explain. Not even the expression of the celestial mother towards the Son of God. Human words are not enough. I let those who are more intelligent than me to try to explain it. The light that was shining on her face disappeared. Now her gaze was fixed upon her son. It seemed like an ecstasy of love. Sister Maria wrote this vision because her spiritual director ordered her to do so, and she also asked the Virgin Mary to explain what was unclear to her. Then the Virgin Mary spoke to Sister Maria. Maria asks the Virgin Mary, How is it possible, O Mama, to speak about your celestial face when you were speaking to the Father? The light coming forth from that divine being was transfiguring you. My daughter, you are too small. You cannot understand or support the joy that your Mama experienced in giving birth to the Son of God. He came out of my womb like a ray of sun that pierces a glass, and immediately he was taken to heaven to be adored by the celestial court, which was fair. Then he was given to me, who am his mother. You saw a ray of my joy, but you could not understand everything. But tell me, Mama, you already know it, but tell it to this poor little one. Is it true that when you gave birth to Jesus, you experienced the pain like all the other creatures, like the priest told us? No, my little one, you don't believe that, and you do well. Let certain priests say whatever they want. I am telling you that I was in an ecstasy of love. I have experienced the joy of paradise. Believe me, who am the all pure immaculate conception. So this is how the supernatural virgin birth of Jesus had happened as described by a mystic and also an exorcist. Thank you so much for watching.